The Texas Capitol Vietnam Veterans Monument is passing another milestone this week.
The New Mexico sculptor chosen to create the monument is now at a Bastrop foundry overseeing the casting process. New at 5, KXAN's Jim Swift brings us up to date.
Sculptor Duke Sundt began the creation of the Texas Capitol Vietnam Veterans Monument with a small version called a maquette. Molding little chunks of clay into the bodies of 5 military figures, Sundt slowly brought his vision to life. Now, that vision is becoming larger than life. But for the artist, who never served in Vietnam himself, what he knows about the war is marked by real-life death.
They never called me, but I had a lot of friends that went over, classmates, and several of them didn't come back.
You recall them yet?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry. No, I won't forget them.
Now, you may be familiar with the work of this sculptor already. This huge Texas Longhorn sits right in the middle of the little campus area at the University of Texas. But there's more to the piece than the Longhorn himself. Down below, the story of the animal is told in a feature called Bas Relief, and a similar treatment will grace the Vietnam Monument at the Capitol.
Basically, that base is going to be what I call a kid magnet. Lots of children will see this sculpture, this monument, and as they come up to it, rather than just looking up at these figures, their eyes are going to focus on the bas-relief panels.
The sculptor was chosen for the job by a committee of Vietnam vets headed by law firm lobbyist Robert Floyd, who got the ball rolling back in 2003.
It was near the end of the legislative session, and I walked by a monument that I had not paid a lot of attention to. And it was a very dignified monument for the Korean veterans. And I just kind of had that epiphany or whatever that there ought to be one for Vietnam veterans.
But the controversy that surrounded the war in Vietnam came home to roost on the Capitol Monument. The original plan to include a South Vietnamese soldier was scuttled in favor of an Asian American Texan.
I said, oh, I can do it, but under protest, because I knew it would hurt a lot of feelings.
But I guess I was naive to think that I could keep the politics out of a very political war. But we have tried to keep the focus on the veterans and the veterans who served.
The monument is to be dedicated in the fall of 2013. Jim Swift, KXAN News.
And by the way, the Vietnam Veterans Monument will be the first such installation on the Capitol grounds to incorporate digital technology. So when you visit the site, you'll be able to use your mobile device to access information about the Vietnam War and to watch video interviews with Texas veterans.